Hello everyone, today we're going to make some fall off the bone St. Louis style ribs, of course without the liquid smoke. Okay, what I have right here is 4.5 pounds of spare ribs. Okay, and you can take the membrane off if you want. I'm leaving mine on there, and that would be on the back. I'm leaving mine on there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 300 because we're going to leave the ribs in there anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 hours. Now the first thing we want to do is just go ahead and get our kosher salt, sprinkle some on there, and it's going to be about a tablespoon. Get it nice and seasoned up. Okay, there's your kosher salt. The next thing I'm going to put on there is some garlic powder, about a tablespoon of garlic powder. And the next thing is going to be some onion powder. Okay. And what I want to do right now, I want to go ahead and transfer this to the dish that I'm going to be cooking these in. I'm gonna have to cut some of these off, so I'm gonna transfer these to that dish, which is going to be this dish. So let me transfer them now. That way most of the seasoning that we put on these ribs will stay in the dish. Let me cut a few of these spare ribs off so that they'll fit nicely in the dish. Cutting very close to that bone right there. Now I'm going to cut these to where they fit right here in this part of the dish. Okay, put one right here and put one right here. There. Now we're set to continue seasoning. Alright, so we put our garlic powder on there, we put our onion powder on there, we put our salt. Next we're going to put our pepper, just a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to put our dry mustard, about a teaspoon of dry mustard. Sprinkle that all over it. There we go. That's about a teaspoon of dry mustard. Get it nice and coated. Okay. And I like to put a little bit of seasoning salt on mine. About a tablespoon. There you go. That should be all the salt you need. Okay. Now we're going to add some. I have smoked Spanish style paprika. You can use any type of paprika you like or that you have on hand. That's okay. That's about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. Okay, since we have all that, next we're going to add brown sugar. Sprinkle it, crumble it, sprinkle it all over. And this is about 2 tablespoons right here. Okay, get this nice and coated. And then we're going to add about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Get it all over. Alright, and that's about it for the seasonings. Try to spread that vinegar all over. Okay, make sure it hits everywhere. Good, 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 good. Okay. Get all the seasoning off of there. Okay, now and lastly, I'm putting a little bit of oil in here. And this oil is going to be about 2 tablespoons so it doesn't stick. I should have put this in first, but so I'm going to lift this up. Get this all good in there. And I like to add a little bit of water in there too. They're going to steam a little bit, but that's okay. It's what we want, because the key to make it fall off the bone ribs is to cook them low and slow. Like I said, this is going to take anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 hours on 300. Let's spread this around. Get it everywhere. And the first half of this, I'm going to cook it just like this in the oven. The second half, I'm going to take them out. I'm going to check them. I'm going to take them out and put foil paper over them so that they don't dry out. Okay? So these are set and ready to be put into the oven on 300. Put it in the middle of the rack. Okay? We'll be back. Alright, hello guys. We're back, and it's been about 1 hour and 15 minutes. And here are the ribs. Kind of looks like a dry rub since I didn't spread the take a brush and spread the seasonings all over it, but I like this. And after this, if you want to, you could put some barbecue sauce on them. But we're going to wait till the end to put some barbecue sauce on them right now. Okay, now, so what I'm going to do is just get some of this juice and kind of baste the ribs. Because we're going to put this, we're going to cover this up with foil now, and we're going to put this back into the oven for another hour to about 1 hour and 15 minutes until they're fall off the bone ready. Alright. They look really good. Okay, so that's enough basting. One more time. There. Let's cover these up with some foil. It's kind of hot, so I'm going to use my pot holders to secure this foil to it. Here we go. And like I said, put this back into the oven for another hour to 1 hour 15 minutes. And then you can test it with your fork. See if they're fall off the bone ready. And there you go. So here they go. They're going back into the oven. Okay, we're back. And it's been an hour. And what I'm going to do is put some barbecue sauce over these ribs. And once I do that, I'm going to put them back into the oven. And I'm going to let them cook for about 15 more minutes, and then they'll be ready. Just pick your favorite barbecue sauce, whatever you like, and just brush it over it. Here you go. That's good right there. Okay, like I said, I'm going to cover it up with foil. Well, no, I'm going to leave the foil off. Leave the foil off so this can kind of get sticky. Get real good and sticky. And then they'll be done. See you in about 15 minutes. Okay, we're back. And I took the ribs out of the oven. They were in there for 15 minutes with the barbecue sauce on them. And now they're done. This took 2.5 hours to cook one slab of ribs that was 4.5 pounds. Okay? So here you go. Barbecue ribs. Thank you.
Bye-bye.